Yo, what up guys? So this will be kind of a different video. This is a video tutorial for Construct 3. This is what we will be making today. A simple 2D platformer with some basic combat and some basic animations. If you want to follow along, you can go to the itch page, link in the description, and download the free assets of this assets pack. There is also a paid version with much nicer assets and more animations and environment stuff and things like that. So if you want to support me just a little bit extra, you can buy the asset pack and make your game look much nicer. Yeah. Yo, what up people? So we're gonna start by making a new project, name it platformer. Make sure this bar is checked for optimized pixel art. Also change the viewport size to 3020 to 180. Then create. Go in here, click on the side here, make this a bit bigger, as well as we want to change this like 1,000 times 1,000. Just make it a bit bigger. Right click, insert, go to sprite, name it player, click, navigate to your player here, go to the idle, start with idle, import it like that, rename the animation to idle, also change speed to 10, press the loop, right click, duplicate, rename, set it to run, delete all the old frames like that, click, you can't delete the last one but it will change automatically like that. Yes, then right click, add animation, rename, jump, navigate to your jump animation, it's these two, add them, set the speed to 10, right click, add animation, rename fall, add fall animation, right click, add animation, rename it to attack. Navigate to your attack animation folder, add that, change the speed to 10, make sure jump, fall and attack is not looped but run and idle is. Then you press this little 3 thingy, right click, set the bounding box. This is the hitbox for the character, so let's move this inside of his head or his outline, whatever you want to call it. I move it with arrow keys because I don't want any, I want it to be the exact size as you see up here. Don't move it with your mouse, it will fuck things up. Right click, apply to all, go to attack. This sprite is a bit bigger, so we're gonna have to fix this manually. Just copy how mine looks. I think it should be something like this. Apply to whole, not all this time. Also go in here, put the image pointer right there between these 3 pixels, right click up here, apply to whole, right click, add new, put it around here, right click, apply to whole. Now go out of here, preset character, add an instance variable, call it HP, also set the HP to 3. Go into behaviors, add behavior, search for platformer, add platformer behavior, add new behavior, scroll to, add the scroll to behavior, go into your platformer stats here, change the speed to 160, the jump strength to 300, the gravity to 1000, check in double jump. Default controls means you can move the guy with your arrow keys. We will add the WASD controls in a bit. Let's rename this layer to BG for background, as well as add a new layer on top, call it entities. Place your player, move his layer to the entities layer, then right click again, add a new layer, rename it, and it tiles. If you're using the free version and trying to follow this, you will not be able to have more than 1 layer, I think, I don't remember. Add the tile map on the tiles layer, click it, navigate to your environment folder, your tile sets, and add it right here. Go here, go into your, this looks weird, go in here, at the side here at your object properties, change the size to 16 by 16, just like that. Select it, zoom in a bit so you can see what's going on here. Just make it a bit bigger. You can select either the pen or this box thing. I'm gonna use the box thing because it's just faster. I'm gonna do a small little map here. I'm gonna block in this so we have some ground as well as here and here. Then I'm gonna make some block out some platforms. Just make some real simple things. You can make your map much bigger than mine by changing the size, not that size, yeah, that size. By changing it and making it bigger if you want a bigger map. I'm just gonna make a small little map for this tutorial, but you can change it or improve it however you want. This is a fun little thing I'm doing for you guys. So change all the top ones to grass. Everything that's above, change to grass, just like that. Also double click the grass tile and we're gonna move the hitbox down a bit so it looks like he's standing on the bright part. Remember to save. Just like that. Select the arrow, press this, add behavior, add new behavior solid. This will make the ground standable. Go into layers, lock the tiles layer, go into your, I'm just gonna check so we have everything we need here. I don't know why I have an extra variable. That's awkward. The HP should be 3, just like that. Okay, now we're gonna make some controls. Press G to add a new group, name it player. Press G again, name it movement. Put the movement inside of the player, press B, go into the layout, right click, search for key, add the keyboard, go in here, double click, keyboard is down. Key is down, the D key is down, add action, player, simulate control, right, Control C, Control V, 2 times, then add the A, and A is left, then double click the D thing, go back, on key pressed instead of down, set it to W, set it to jump. Now we can move it to WASD keys. Also we want to mirror our character, so go to the D, set mirrored, Control C, Control V, down to here. The here should be not mirrored, and we need some animation, so add a new event. I did that by pressing B. Then is moving, Control C, Control V this. Invert one of them by selecting it and pressing I. Then here go to add action, set animation to idle if it's not moving, and if it is moving, set animation to run. Select this, press B, drag it out of it, select these two, drag it to the gray part here so they become sub events. Select all of them like that, press C to add another condition to the top one. Is on floor, this makes it so these animations only can play if it's on the floor. Now select the whole thing, press B, go into player, on jump, set animation jump, Control C, Control V, press is falling, set animation to fall. Now let's add the attack animation, select the movement group, press G, name it to attack, press B, on key pressed, on key press G. You can choose whichever key you want. Also, if you want the mouse controls, you can go in here and add the mouse. Then set animation to attack. Here also add on finished, on attack finish, set animation to idle. In the movement group, add another event, put it on top, select all the other events, put it inside of that event, press C, go to your player, is playing, if attack is playing, invert it so when attack is not playing you can move, jump and do all the other things. Just like that. We can try out this. So we can move around, jump, all the animations are working. We can press G to attack. Just like that. So what we need now is we're gonna give the player some HP. So go to your layout, right click, add new layer, name it HUD, go to its properties, set the parallax to 0.0, right click, add new sprite. I forgot to name it, but you should name it HP bar. Go to your player folder, your health bar, add the health bar sprites, put it in the corner here, save, remember to save as often as possible, add new event, on start of layout, just kidding, add everything, every tick, set frame to player.hp. This will make it so if you have 3 HP here, you will have 4 hearts basically. Also, if we go into the player, press B, put this over these, go to the player, compare instance variable HP. If it's less or equal to 0, go to system, restart layout. So we have HP, we have movement, now we need to add some traps. So go to your tiles layer, not edit, insert, tile map, spikes, just like that. Go here, go navigate to your traps, spike, close that down, go to your tile map here, make the tile width and tile height 16 by 16, select your spikes, paint them wherever you would like them. Yes, I'm gonna just do it simply like that, and select the whole thing and just move it 2 pixels down. It will look a bit better in my opinion. You don't have to do it, but yeah. So select the thing, double click on the tile, go into your hitbox thing, make the hitbox so it's as tall as the spikes are. So now the spikes need to deal damage to our boy here. So let's just add that. Press B. Player on collision with another object. The spikes, we're gonna do some stuff. So first of all we need to go into our player, add an effect. This effect will be called black and white. Also we need to add another thing now. Go to add new event, on start of layout, player, set effect enabled, black and white. This needs to correspond to this right here, otherwise it won't work properly. So the first thing we do is enable this. We do this to make our character flash instead of using the flash behavior, because that's just ugly. Then we're gonna set vector E to -400. This will make your character bounce on the spikes. If you don't want him to bounce on the spikes, you don't add that. Then we subtract 1 HP, as well as we wait a 1/10 of a second, 0.1 seconds, and then we set the black and white effect to disabled again. This is how this will look. So if you land on the spikes, you will just bounce up again. If you don't want that, you can just remove this. Pretty simply, yes. Now let's add some collectibles. So go to your layers, choose your entity layer, you can lock the other ones, right click, add, sprite, coin, navigate to your collectibles, add coin, set the speed to 10, loop it as well, place these coins wherever you would like to have them. I'm placing mine pretty ugly, but you can place yours much better than this, because this looks kinda shitty. And then also we're gonna add a coin pickup effect, so we go and add a new spline, coin underscore effect, click it here, go navigate to your effects folder, take the coin pickup, okay, set the speed to 10, close that down, save, you can close this, add event, player on collision with another object, on collision with coin, spawn another object, coin, spawn coin effect on layer entities, and then destroy the coin. Also add an event, coin effect on finished, on any finished, coin effect destroy. So now we can pick up coins. You could also make a counter for this if you want to keep track of how many coins you have picked up, and put it on the HUD. It's pretty simple, I won't show you that because I'm lazy. So now we want to add an enemy. We're gonna add a very simple enemy, a running boy, a little mushroom guy. So go here, name him runner, navigate to your enemies folder right here, add all of the frames, set the speed to 10 as well as you loop it, go out here, add a behavior, add the platformer behavior, disable default controls, as well as set max speed to 60 or whatever you feel like. You can try it out for yourself. Add an effect, add the black and white effect as well. You can change the threshold if you want him to be more black or more white when he flashes. I prefer him to be as white as possible when he flashes to make it as clear as possible. Also we will need two instance variables, HP variable, set it to 3, HP to 3, and a dir for direction, just like that. Then we go in here, we press G, make a new group, call it enemies, press G again, call it runner, put this inside of the other one, press B, compare instance variable, if direction is 0, runner simulate control left, control C, control V, if it's equal to 1, go right, and then we also want him to turn, so is by wall to the left, set value direction to 1, and then the other way around, so is by wall to the right, set value to 0. Also here we need to add a mirror, set mirrored, and when he's moving right he should not be mirrored. Select the whole group, press B, go to your runner, compare instance variables. If it's equal to 0, if it's less or equal to 0, let's go into our layout first, right click, insert, sprite, name it death effect, go into your effects folder right here, set it to 10, like that. Select your runner, spawn a death effect on layer entities, like that, and then destroy itself. Also select the group, press B, death effect on finish, on finished, on any finished, death effect destroy itself. So now we want to deal damage to this little runner guy, so go into attacking here, or first we need to add an attack checkbox, attack hitbox. So insert new object, sprite, damage box, make it red or something, it doesn't matter, make it a little smaller than the character. Then go into your event sheet. On the every tick event, on the every tick event, put all of these up on top here so it's easier to see them. On the every tick event, add set damage box, set position to another object, and that object will be the player as well as the player's image point 1. Now the box will trace the player, and when you attack it will be by the sword. To make the box, if you don't feel like the box is placed properly, you can change the image point 1 on the attack animation. So let's go in here, go to the attack, press B, go to your player, is playing, if attack is playing, press C, compare frame is curator equal to 1, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and is less than equal to 2, press B, and damage box is overlapping another object, and that object will be the runner. C, turn on conditions, trigger this once, and we're gonna hurt this guy now. So we start by subtracting HP from him. Remember to choose the correct instance variable. Also Ctrl C, Ctrl V this, and press R to replace the player. So we disable the effect at the start, and then Ctrl C again, Ctrl V down here, enable the effect, set value to 2. We set the direction to 2 because direction 2 is nothing, so he won't be able to move. He's basically stunned is what that stands for. Then we set the max speed of this guy to like 3000. That's not 3000. 3000, and then we set his vector E to -50, so he just bounces in the air, bounces up in the air just a little bit. Also here we need to add some screen shake. So select player, press shake, set it to 5 and 0.2, and we can also add this effect up here. If we just remind, I copied the wrong thing, the effect up here. So down here, select the runner, compare the x player.x. If it's less than player.x, we want to do some more things. We want to set the vector x minus 300. We're doing some knockback right now, so then we want to wait 0.1 seconds, then we want to reset the speed to 60, whatever you chose the default speed for your mushroom guy is. And we want to disable the black and white effect again, as well as set the direction to 0. And then we're going to Control C, Control V this, and change less than to greater or equal. Set it to 300 instead of -300, and set the direction to 1. Also up here, we can select on collision with spikes, Control C, Control V, press R, select the spikes, never mind, double click this, press the spikes and set it to runner. So let's try. Also, go into your layout, click on the box, initial visibility, uncheck that box so we don't have to see this ugly square all the time. He's moving here, chilling, and we can attack him and kill him. This should also be the other way around. And I noticed that the hitbox for this guy was kind of weird, so we need to fix that. Just set it to bounding box. I'm a bit sick at the moment, that's why I might sound weird sometimes. So do it like that, apply to whole. And there we go. It's pretty much finished. You can change the strength of the vector the vector Y, to make him not bounce into the heavens. But yeah, one last thing we could do for some visibility is select the background layer, go to background color, choose a blue very near the white, click outside, and now we have a bit of a nicer background as well. And if you want the project files of this game we just made, you can go to my Patreon and subscribe to the second tier only, and you can get the project files from there. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, and if you have any questions you can ask me in the comments or join the Discord and I'll try to help you. Bye bye, have a great day.